Welcome. My name is Melissa. I'm here to guide you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes today. As we go through class, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches that we work with do not work for your body, please skip them. You can come on out and you can modify. For today's practice, you'll want to have a chair to practice in. We'll be doing a variety of seated and standing stretches, so if you need to adjust your screen, please do so. Today's practice will be a wonderful practice for the full body. And just a reminder that the stretches that we work with today are stretches that you can bring with you into your workday. So if you know that you hold tension in a particular area and you have a minute or two doing some of these stretches, would be so beneficial for your body and also for your mind. To get started today, we will find a comfortable seated position. You may want to move towards the edge of your seat. That will help you to engage your core and help you to elongate your spine. Maybe gaze down and work on creating 90-degree angle in the legs. We'll have our feet in line with our knees. We'll have our knees in line with our hips, and we'll let our shoulders be over the hips. Let's take a moment to close the eyes, or you can soften the gaze. Just start to drop into our body, drop into the present moment. Maybe feel your feet grounded and planted. Feel your knees in line with your heels. Feel your knees in line with your hips. Feel the shoulders over the hips. As you exhale, relax your shoulders from your ears. Relax your jaw. Lengthen the back of your neck. Let's drop into the breath. We'll start with those deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And then try to lengthen as you breathe in. Lengthen as you breathe out. And maybe letting the exhale be a little bit longer than the inhale. If you'd like to set an intention for class, you can do so. So an intention is the reason you came to class today. It's what you'd like to get out of class. Maybe to experience relaxation, maybe let go of tension. Just setting that intention for yourself and for this time today. We'll take an opportunity here to gently bring the chin into the chest. Float your right ear to your right shoulder. Come into that neck stretch and opening on the left side. We'll come back through the center. Left ear to left shoulder. Back to center, chin to your chest. And then circling out through the head here. Maybe find large circles. Maybe find small circles. And then reverse. We will circle in the other direction. And as you're circling here, maybe notice if it feels more natural to circle this way. Maybe it feels a little unnatural to circle this way. Let's take our neck circles into the torso. Begin to gently shift the weight around from side to side. And this can be a wonderful movement for getting into the low back, getting into the mid, into the upper back. And then also great for getting into the sides of the body a little bit. Let's find a little bit of length here. We'll find a little bit of space here. And then reverse. We will flow in the other direction. Maybe as you circle, feel your body reacting to the movement. As you shift your weight off to the right, maybe feel the left sitting bone and leg lifting up and lifting from the chair a bit. So as we come to stillness, let's grab onto that chair. We'll bring our feet out nice and wide, and we'll do a windshield wipe of the knees to the left and then to the right. So this is a really nice little reset stretch. So good for the legs and hips and the low back. And we're going to drop the knees to the left when you're ready. And we're going to work a bit with our seated warriors today. So we'll aim to face off to the left side of the room. We are going to aim to have 90-degree angle in the leg. So we'll have nice 90-degree angle in that left leg and also in the right leg. We'll face our body off to the left, and you can hold onto your chair if you want. You can also extend your hands up to the sky. And this is a variation of our modified knee down warrior. Let's feel the tailbone tuck. We'll feel our navel move back and up towards the spine a little bit. And then create that nice long line that flows through the spine. Lengthen the back of the neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then we'll gently release the hands down. Building on this, let's work on straightening out our back leg. So this back leg doesn't have to be right in line with your hip. Feel free to have it off to the side a little bit. And we do want to move towards a straighter leg, but if you have that bend in the knee, that's okay. So we'll hold on to our chair. Option to extend the hands up. And we'll feel the arms really active here. Feel the arms frame your ears. Fingers are active. Reach and stretch through your fingertips. Feel the palms face one another. And also feel the pinkies wrap in towards one another. We'll take a full breath here. And then we'll gently bring our hands down to the heart space as you exhale. Going to work on our twist. So nice big inhale to lengthen. We'll take that right elbow to the right thigh or to the left thigh rather for a twist. And then with the elbow into the leg, we'll see if we can twist a little deeper. So on the inhale, feel your spine lengthening. On your exhale, let your twist deepen. And then on the inhale, let's come on back up. Resetting to crescent. Hands can relax, and we'll try out our warrior one pose. So feel free to hop your right foot to the right a little bit more. The foot doesn't have to be right behind you. Give yourself a little bit of space here for your knee. And we'll aim to have our back foot at a bit of an angle, so about a 45-degree angle. So if you're familiar with yoga on the yoga mat, a little bit of different alignment, but we're going to give these warriors a try today. We'll try to square our hips and our shoulders off to the right. We'll take our hands to the sky. As you exhale, allow for your shoulders to relax away from the ears. So create a little space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down the back body. As you exhale, let's open into warrior two position. So we're going to open off to the side. You might have to just do a little adjusting here to get your alignment. And we won't have a front heel to back arch alignment here. Feel free to take that right foot off to the right, again, to give yourself that space. We'll take the arms out into a T position and feel this really nice activation in your hands. So we have our hands reaching and stretching in opposite directions. Nice activation, finding that strength. We'll take a lateral angle here. Let's bring our left arm to our left leg, and we can float our right hand up. You can also bring your arm to frame your ear if you wanted. And if you'd like a little bit more stretch, take your left hand right down to the ground. We'll roll our right shoulder back. We'll take our left shoulder under, and we will just feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Core engages. Let's float that right hand onto our right hip. We'll sweep that left arm up and back. Nice big inhale here for our reverse warrior. Breathing so deeply here. Imagine that you could create a little bit of space in between the ribs on that left side as you breathe in and as you breathe out. We'll come back on up to warrior two. We'll give ourselves a moment to reset. So we can just walk those legs in towards one another. We are going to keep those feet nice and wide. We will drop to the right and to the left. Little windshield bite, side to side to reset. And then when you're ready, let's drop our knees off to the right. We're going to work with that knee down warrior to begin. So we're going to work on those 90-degree angles to start. We'll float our hands up to the sky. And really create that mind and body connection here. So try to feel your hips and your shoulders squaring off to the right. So left hip and left shoulder forward, and right hip and right shoulder comes back a little bit. Let's gently release hands. We're going to straighten out that left leg. We'll be right on the toes of our back foot. And again, take that left foot to the left to give yourself that space. Let's connect to our breath here. Try to breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Lengthen on your in breath. Lengthen on your out breath. And then maybe letting that exhale be a little bit longer than your inhale. Let's take our hands to the heart. Breath in to lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. We're going to hook that left elbow on the right knee or thigh. Breathe into the twist for your low back, or your mid, the upper back. And then we'll come back to center, back to our crescent. Crescent warrior, also called our high lunge warrior. Hands can relax down, and we're going to float our left foot to the left a little bit. We'll aim at that 45-degree angle in the back foot. And then again, left foot to the left, hands reach up. Maybe taking time here just to gently watch the breath. Feel the breath flow in your nose and out your nose. Maybe feel the nostril gently flaring with breath as you breathe in. Gently contracting as you breathe out. Inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, we'll open, warrior two. And this one tends to need a little bit of readjustment so that we have that nice alignment for our feet. Arms will sweep out. And you'll just want to aim to have your back foot straight with the back wall. So finding that alignment for your body. And also feel that your shoulders are over hips. Something that's really common is sometimes we will lean forward in this one. You may want to imagine someone gently drawing you by that backhand back just a little bit so that shoulders are stacked right over your hips. Let's take an inhale. We will lengthen here. As you exhale, let's float the right arm to right leg, landing in that extended lateral angle. And you can always have the arm framing your ear, maybe hand right to the sky, and then option to float that arm around your low back. So just checking in, seeing what feels best in your body in this pose. Let's take a deep inhale. We'll begin to rise up. Reverse warrior two pose, peaceful warrior two. Backhand can glide down the back leg, maybe hand at hip. And you can also wrap your arm around your low back. Maybe you reach for the other hip crease and take a half bind here. Let's begin to reset. We're going to float ourselves back and up into warrior two position. We'll relax through the arms. We'll do our reset on our legs. Gentle windshield wipe of the knees to the left and to the right. Good. Let's take ourselves back to center. We're going to work on that alignment again that we started with. So 90-degree angle in our legs. We're going to work with a little flow for a balancing tabletop, but modified using the chair. Let's take an opportunity here to extend the arms up to the sky. Feel your shoulder blades drop down your back and just find that space between your ears and your shoulders. I'm going to take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, let's take our left elbow to the right knee. We're going to work with the crunch here. Big inhale, resets us back up. Exhale, let's crunch. Good. And then we'll go 3 times. So feel free to take this one at your own pace, linking your breath, linking your movement. Good. When that feels complete, we'll come back to our seated standing mountain, Tadasana. Take a big inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, we'll twist right to left. Reset back to center. Right to left. Bring it back. Good. Let's go 3 more times here. Full inhale to lengthen, to reset. And on exhale, we're going to dive it down into a fold. And then as you take your folds, maybe reach for opposite hands underneath your legs. You can also reach for opposite elbows. Maybe see if you can just relax through your head, relax through your neck. Breathe into the stretch for your back. And then slowly unwind the pose. Hands onto the legs, zip up the core. As you rise, we're going to roll through our shoulders. One big inhale and exhale. And let's come it up. We'll do some standing stretches. So as we come to stand, let's grab onto our chair. We'll want to be able to access the seats. We'll stand with a nice foundation. Feet are in line with your hips. Toes are pointing straight forward. And we're going to work with some sun salutation A's as a standing warm-up. Let's take a big inhale here. Hands reach up. Exhale, we're going to fold ourselves down. We'll lower the stomach. We will lift out through the heart. Round your back. Round into your feet. Big inhale. Let's take ourselves back up to standing position. And then float your hands down to the heart space. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Yeah, let's dive it down. Lowering stomach, lifting up through the heart, rounding the back body, ground through the feet to come on up to standing position. Exhale, hands down to the heart space. Let's go one more time. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, let it go. Lower your stomach, lift up through your heart, round your back body, ground through your feet, root down to rise up. And then gently float your hands down to the heart space. Let's grab onto our chair. We're going to do a little stretch for our quad muscle. So we're going to come off to the right side of our chair so that we can start with our left leg. We're going to bring our left knee onto the seat here. And the nice thing with this is if you are starting to work with your balance, it's not super strong, having the chair here is a really nice support. We are going to bring our left hand for our left foot. So if that doesn't feel accessible to you, you can have your knee bending and then encouraging that foot into your body. And if you would like to grab onto the foot, you can grab onto the outside of your foot. That tends to be a little gentler stretch on the shoulder. You can also grab onto the inside of the foot if you would like. And option to have your knee on the chair if you need to. And if you feel pretty stable in your balance, you can always step away from that chair a little bit. Just use the strength of your body. So we're just going to hold this one. Little micro adjustments to deepen the stretch. So just a little bit of a feeling of kicking your foot into your hand. So not a big movement here, just a tiny one. And as you do that, you might feel a little bit more length found in the front of your hip. You might feel that your quad gets a little bit more stretch. And then just see if you can create the sensation. It won't happen and it won't go too far, but almost like your knee could touch the ground. So just seeing if you can press that knee down towards the ground a little bit and just see if that gives a little bit more activation in the body. Let's take a deep inhale here. And on that exhale, we're going to let it go. We are going to give that a try on our opposite side now. And we'll start by taking that right hand for the right foot. And then you have your chair there if you need it. And just remember that the body is very different one side to the next. Our body isn't always symmetrical one side to the next side. So this might feel easier. It might feel more challenging. May feel the same, may feel very different. So creating that inquiry into your own body, noticing your own body, how the stretch feels. Take a nice breath here. And our trick with balancing is to find that spot to focus on, a spot that's not moving, a drishti, one spot to focus concentration and to focus awareness. Let's begin to release the foot down. We're going to take our feet out nice and wide. We'll do a little sweep side to side. We'll float ourselves into that empty coat sleeve stretch. And just lifting up your opposite toes. So as you twist to the right, you're just going to lift up your heel, rather, not your toes, so that your toes will track in the same line as your knee. Good. Let's take a nice big inhale here. And then we're going to set that chair off to the right side of us. We'll take our right hand onto our chair. We're going to sweep that left arm up and over. See if you can take your hips and press your hips to the left. Imagining that there was this object that you could arc your body over. Let's take a big inhale here, and we'll take our left foot. We're going to step it in front to do a cross leg stretch. So nice opportunity to stretch the spine, but also getting into the IT band. So nice IT band stretch on the left side. We can thread the leg behind us, just change the stretch up a little bit, crossing the legs opposite way. And then we'll let that one go. Let's reset on our legs. We'll reset on our hands. And then chair, we're going to send it off to the left. Left hand plants, right hand lifts. Maybe feel that left shoulder spinning under, right shoulder draws back. And almost this feeling like the heart can shine right up to the sky. Right foot will float in front. Send your hips off to the right. Maybe imagine you could create a little space in between the ribs as you breathe here. Right foot floats behind, crossing the legs the opposite way. Allow for that even distribution of weight in your feet. So grounded through the inside and the outside of each foot. We're going to come on out of that one. We'll do a reset on feet, reset on our hands. Big inhale, shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take our chair and we are just going to stretch that out in front of us, and our hands are going to want to be on the back of our chair. So we can have hands on the back of the chair. We're just going to walk those feet back a little bit. We are going to take a variation of our downward facing dog using the chair. Try to bring your weight back into your heels. Try to get light in the hands. The hands may not lift from the chair, but almost a feeling like they could lift from the chair. Breathe into the stretch for your calves and hamstrings. Breathe into the stretch for your low back, mid and upper back. Left hand to your right calf. Let's take a twist here. See if you can spin that left shoulder under, right shoulder draws back a little bit. Left hand plants. We'll take right to left. Feel the weight evenly in both of your feet. We don't want to press too firmly in one foot and then get light in the other one. Let's take ourselves back through to that down dog. Walk our toes towards the chair. We'll roll on up nice and slow. As you come up to standing, let's roll through our shoulders. We'll take a nice big inhale and exhale. Let's take our chair. We're going to spin that in facing us. And I would love to work a little bit with that quad stretch we tried just a few moments ago. So you can try out what we did before. If that was pretty tricky for you, challenging, feel free to stay here. Give your body time to open. If you want to try something a little bit more advanced, feel free to bring your hand onto your chair. We're going to take our right hand for our right foot. And we are going to bring our hand on the top of the chair. And then we're going to begin to kick the foot back. So we'll try a variation of the dancer pose. This pose is so good for strengthening your standing leg, strengthening all of the muscles through the foot, through the ankle, and through the knee. It's great for a back bend through your low, mid, and upper back. Nice shoulder stretch and opening on that right side. Nice quad stretch, hip flexor, and psoas stretch. So many benefits to this one. Let's come on out. We're going to plant that right foot down, left hand for left foot when you're ready. Right hand onto the chair. And we're going to float ourselves forward. And we're going to breathe here. Come back to the breath. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And we'll come on out. So let's bring the feet in line with your hips. Then we can give it a little shake out. Shake on any tension. Let go. Reset. Take your feet in line with your hips. Big inhale. Hands reach and stretch up. Exhale. Hands to the heart. Take a moment to pause here. And thank yourself for making time for yourself, for coming in to practice chair yoga, for doing something so good for your mind, so good for your body. Letting the eyes open when you are ready. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope that you enjoyed today's chair yoga practice. Please leave me any comments or feedback in the chat. I look forward to being back with you next week. On Monday, I lead yoga on the yoga mat. That's at 5:30 Eastern time, 45 minutes of stretching on the mat. And I'm also here on Tuesdays. So we do a 3 o'clock Eastern time, 15-minute mindful stretch practice. So a little bit of stretching on the mat to break up the workday. Have a lovely day today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.